Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 5. Back again, where we're going to be going north of the border. Not, just not like into North Korea or into Canada or Holland. There are other borders. There's more than those in the world. North of the border of the England into Scotland. If it wasn't plainly obvious. Going to be doing a bit of Fife circle line, which isn't a circle. Well, it is a circle, but you can't do a circle. It'll all become clear. And then maybe more. We will see. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're confused, hello. Welcome to confusion. This is normal. Sit back. There'll be links in the doobly-doo to where you can get something. One, to watch me live on Twitch. Why you want to do that still bemuses me. One, to the Discord server that... Yep, that's said better. And one, to where you can get Train Sim World 5. Good evening then to Ethan, Trent, Nico, CG, and Tiger. Fife circle line, I think, is where we're going to start. That's that one. There's one that says Fife circle line. And we're going to do the 2024 timetable. Because why not? And the class 170. And we'll go... let's go that way. Let's do the 727 from Glenrothes to the Edinburghs. Hi Daniel. Because that's what I've just clicked on, and so that's what I'm going to do. That's an hour and 3 minutes. Then when we get to Edinburgh, we'll see if we can do one. Then it comes back up round the other side, not this side. Maybe we might do something that goes down the endy bits. What's that down there? There's a little place down there. Where's that? What's the thing? I don't think I've been there. Ooh. Little dot on the map. We'll have a look. Anyway, let's do that. Drive it. Yes, probably a good idea. That's a train. There's two of them, in fact. One there and one there. Hi, Amy Lou. Get started. That's a view.
Oh, yeah.
God, blimey, you could have warned me. Jin Soz. What are you sorry for? Thanks for the follow. Let's shove the thing in the thing. Reverse her into the... We're going to forward? We're going to forward. Okay, have we got windows? We have got windows. We'll open those. If we can have some lights. Headlights we'll have on day. Oh, day back up. We're not reversing. Day running. We're not going to run anywhere. Doors on that side. That's a train. And you can tell that by the way that it's quite training. Remind you, I don't know what this is. Remind me, what? So going to Cathcart. So yes, I pronounced it right. Kinghorn, Burnt Island, Aberdare, Dalgety Bay, Inverkeithing, nice guy Keith, North Queensferry, Dalmeny, Edinburgh Gateway, South Gyle, Haymarket, Edinburgh Waverley. That is the plan. We've got to wait until 7:29 until we depart. And we're going to Edinburgh, according to that. Thought I'd do something diesely. The last thing we did the diesel freighty stuff, and then we had the electrocuted stuff down there in that there London, the West Coast Main Line south. How is one? It's been a day, but I'm okay. Wait until 7:29, which is in a few seconds. Alright, doors are locking. Good thing, otherwise passengers tend to fall out. Cathcart. And we're off. off to, well, Kirkcaldy. Well, that's the speed done. Right, let's do the, well, that's got too much bush in the way. That'll do. Still doing 20. It's a flying start with the hands hanging. Oh, it's this one, isn't it? Where they're all just stood up in like some sort of cult in the back of the train. It's obviously a mod I've got that's doing something. The all my passengers are in a cult mod. Right, we'll be bimbling along here at 20 miles an hour. As long as just the hands are hanging out. Easy. You don't seem to get any closer to Kirkcaldy, the place. I'm about. It is slightly, but not in the rear two carriages. It's only in the first carriage that all their hands are hanging out, unless there's no one in the rear two carriages, which might not be the case. Like most passengers, they'll just get on at the nearest available carriage. Alright, we're going to have an increased sort of speed limit now, or we've got to change over there? Let's go over there then. There we go, and now we'll be going over there. Over there. And now we should get a increasing of the limited speeds. You're going to give me an 80? There we go. Right, power. You spin me right round, baby, right round. I was thinking of the what's the song with the circle? That one. That's what I was thinking of. Not the "You spin me right round" one. That one. You know, that one. It's not a circle of life. That's old Elon John, isn't it? With the circle of Fife. Right, 3.1 miles to Cathcart. Windmills of Your Mind, that's the one. See? Cobweb got it. See? It's all I've got to do is just think it, and you guys are on my wavelength. I don't know who that's more scary for, you or me. Hi. I'd be concerned for your mental health. Mine's already shot, but if you guys are understanding me for me just humming a song, yeah, there's issues there. This thing's not exactly rapid, is it? Alright, so making our back to the... Making our back? No, making our way back. I missed a word out there and everything. Today, please spot the missing word. Today's missing word was way. We got a 65. So there's a little bit of the slowlying. Also means I'm more than 26, not necessarily. You generally have influences when you're younger of people that are older than you. My parents were into films that were out in the 30s and 40s. Doesn't mean I was born in the 30s and 40s. That's my excuse, but I wasn't. Oh, so got to do more of the slowlying. 7, 66, 66, 66, we're going to have 65, there's 65. Alright, we have 1.4 miles to stop at Cathcart. Saw the road map today. I'm 80 years old. I would say I'm looking good for it, but not today. Yeah. How's that discussion then? Another cargo thing coming with military cargo. Allegedly, we're going to get the Manchester route in the next 3 months, and at some point another British route, which from doing a little scouring online, I think it's going to be at some point in it is going to feature crew. Again, my speculation, nothing confirmed. Few rumours hoping that it's going to be crew to Birmingham, because that would actually be quite good. But then problem is, then what we need is Milton Keynes to Birmingham, and then we could do London to Crewe. Why anyone want to go to Crewe is beyond me, but you know. Right, we are slowlying for Cathcart. And I can't remember seeing the Tadami line on there. Was that a long distance thing? Because I am looking forward to that one. I think we're going to get the S-Bahn soon. I think that might be in the next 2 weeks. Right, we are arriving at Cathcart. Yes. I'm hoping to go to the Dovetail Bambas. Well, although they're not confirmed, they're actually having one this year. 1,000+ playable services. I doubt there'd be playable services. A bit like, you know, the amount of services they said were in the Colnarken. But you know, we will see. As we have arrived here, we've got to wait until 7:39. It's going to look at our passengers with their arms out. It's just weird. Why would a... Hello, welcome to... Excuse me, I'm just gonna come through here. Hello, excuse me. Yep, just stand up. Just stand up with your arms out. It's fine. Oh, they do continue. It's getting quite busy. It's just really odd why they all just stand in the chairs with their arms out. And poking out through the window. That's got to be dangerous. There you go. Right, we've got to wait another minute then. And then we're off to Kinghorn. And our eventual destination is going to be Edinburgh, waving your arms about. That is the plan. And then we'll see if we can come back up the other side. If I do a... how do I... There. So yeah, so we're coming down this side. Doodly 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 doodly. That one. Doodly 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 to the Edinburghers there. And then we want to see if we can come back up the other side. So you got the Forthy bridgey thing here, and then we can't. This isn't actually in this. You only come down there. I don't think there's anything that goes down here. Where's that? Where are you? Linlithgow. Yeah, that isn't in this route, rather oddly. But anyway, have we reached our time yet? Oh, got to be late now. Right, Kinghorn. We do apologise, passengers, for the delay in this service departing. The driver's looking at a map, trying to work out the 1987 AA route map out. See if he can find Kinghorn and was it on there. Conference is one of those routes where we won't see any other trains till we get south of the 12th bridge. Oh no, we got a 65 limit coming up. I'm going to have to slow down. Oh, it's a stadium type thing. That's some sort of football-y type place, I reckon. Kirkcaldy Wanderers? I don't know. Kirkcaldy Athletic? Whatever they're called. Well, it's probably not. It's probably like Dundee play there or something. Ferrari F1 team, yeah, that's where they practice. They've got a little practice circuit there inside an old kicking about thing place. There wasn't a rugby thing, was it? Because I didn't have any H post things. Kirkcaldy and Dysart. What? No, is that you spelling it wrong? Well, you spelled Kirkcaldy as Kilk, Oddy. And Dysart FC. Surely that's not what they're called. I see the sea. I see no ships. Only hardships. Alright, you're 45 as we approach. Well, how time we due here? Another minute. We're fine, we're on time. Kirkcaldy and Dysart Football Club are a Scottish football club based in Kirkcaldy. Fife. But okay. I didn't want, the club history or anything. I only asked. It's Wraith Rovers. That sounds like a made up team. Oh, well, hang on, no. Others are saying it's Wraith Rovers. Hi, Alfie. Hang on, so is Nico wrong? Or is someone else wrong? Oh, God. Do I actually want to know? But, someone's obviously not right. Who is it? Is it Wraith Rovers or is it Kirkcaldy and Doobly Dyson football team? Probably both right. Yeah, why they both got games at the same time on the same day? How can they do that? They can't share the ground. Wikipedia, so it may not be correct. Chelsea play at Fulham Football Stadium. What's that got? We're not. Look, we're not in London. How does that work? I'm not having a football conversation. I refuse. If that's what these streams are coming to, then I quit. Coming on here talking about football. Hi, Michael. Right, Burnt Island is next. as we make our way towards somewhere that isn't burnt. Well, there's the burnt island. Why is it burnt? Because it's on fire. No, Trent, you're a git. Because I then wanted to watch the next one, which I won't be doing tonight. I'm going to wait until the weekend. Better than Penn Island, exactly. I see what you tried to do there. Although if it was that, I'd be dead like a shot. It's getting a bit... Okay, no, we're okay. I thought I wasn't having an ability to see. When does the new Grey start? Next year. They're filming it now. Right, we've got a 50... It was burnt. Ethan was seen nearby with a box of matches. There's no evidence to prove that it was him, but, you know, just saying. I haven't seen any more of the bay. I've now been watching you. And I subscribed to 3 new YouTube channels last night, so I was watching stuff from those. Right, 1.3 miles, 1.2 miles to Burnt Island. It's definitely a bit misty. Play misty for me. You're not on TV. No, the show called You on Netflix. Which is very good. Very, very, very good. It's very, very, very good. Yeah, we're roughly on time. Braking is happening. A bit early, but braking is happening. So yes, we will be going over the 544, the bridge. Not the road bridge, because that would be awkward, but, you know, the rail one. We could go on the road one, but I mean putting the train on the back of a truck, and that just, it's complicated. And a minute late, it's fine. Why? What are you doing on the bridge? Long Island Railroad. I do like Long Island Railroad. We've done that a few times in this. It's very well. What's with the extended version one is the better one to have. The one that goes down to the place and then to the other place. That one. That's the better one. Doors are looking. Aberdare. Don't go backwards, go forwards. There we go. Right, 2.6 miles to Aberdare. That's a burst of speed. Yeah, I watched a YouTube video last night of a guy that built a robot that appeared in a film. It was like a little, like, cute little robot type thing, as robots would be. And it showed you the process in building it. I almost now want to watch the film, but don't ask me what it was called. I don't think it's one of those films that anyone famous in. Because, you know, they've asked the guy on YouTube to make the robot for it, so... Really? I can replace both of you, you know that. How empty would your life then be, Trent? Don't you start as well? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're sure to be arriving at Aberdeen. Well, we're getting there quicker if the driver would actually speed up a bit. Not Aberdeen, Aberdeen. Not Aberdeen. Not Agadoo either. That's a whole different thing. We're going to be late. It's the British railway system. Just deal with it. We don't push pineapple. Well, if I ever met the guy, I probably would in front of a bus. More chance of meeting Colin. No, more chance of meeting Peanut as I have Colin. Shake a tree. Right, you're breaking into Aberdeen. I did like the way they all just stood there with their arms out the windows. I almost need to just remove any mod that I've got and just see which one it is that breaks that. I think it could be the timetable mod that I've got running for this route. It's probably more likely to be the culprit. Yes, you can have more trains, but the passengers will stand there with their arms out the windows. Even the drivers. Yeah, I'm stood up, facing sideways, with my head through the roof. It's like, really? Am I driving the train? So I'm looking that way, driving the train. That just seems a bit dangerous, doesn't it? Right, Dalgety Bay is next. That sounds like a children's TV series. Yeah, I'm just looking over my shoulder. Not looking back over my shoulder. Name the song for that then. Let's see how quick you lot are. Damn it. You lot really are quite warped. I'm definitely concerned for your mental health and well-being. You've obviously spent far too much time watching and listening to me. What's the capital of Ireland? So Cork. I told you that yesterday. Is that a bad thing? Like, for you lot, yes. What else would you do in our evenings? I know. You'll miss me when I'm gone. Tomorrow night, by the way, more trains in the form of... what are we doing? Oh yeah, Roblox. British Railways thing. Where am I off to? End of this year. I'm done. That's tomorrow night. What's tomorrow? Wednesday, innit? Definitely not Tuesday tomorrow. I've been confused all day. Thursday night, some farming. Friday night, we're doing some quizzing. Saturday, I don't think I'm here. That's still to be confirmed. I'm definitely going out, but I don't know what time I'll be back. So maybe a stream Saturday, but it could be a late one. I don't know yet. Anyway, I'll definitely be here Sunday, doing some more of the farming. And then more things next week. Hello, Spinner Tornado 94. Braking. Oh god, that's lots of braking. Okay, we might not be stopping at Dalgety. We're not stopping at Dalgety Bay. Yeah, it's not happening. We'll stop at Inverkeithing instead. It's only just down the line. It's fine. I'm sure, you know, I'm sure there'll be another train along any minute, although we haven't seen one yet. Alphabet Spaghetti Bay. That's the one. Everyone, and I mean everyone above the age of probably 10, if you have, which, you know, you are allowed to have alphabetti spaghetti above the age of 10, it's fine. Everyone tries to make swear words. The same if you buy the Alpha Bite things. You just try and make a swear word. Right, Inverkeithing's coming up. Remember to stop this time. Right, we should be good. It's like anyone that's ever picked up a calculator has always typed into it, what was it, 531808, and then turned it upside down. I see a train. No, you don't, Ethan. Because the only time you'd go into a shop like that is with your mum, and she'd slap you around the head. done. We've arrived at this place. Forget the fact we didn't stop at the other place. Ethan's now just gone into his calculator app, typed in 5318008 and then turned his phone upside down, hasn't he? Right, we've arrived at Inverkeithing. Ignore the fact we didn't stop at the last one. On our way to the Edinburgh Wave It Abouts. On going to the way. It's definitely weird that the passengers are all stood there with their arms out. It's like they're perfectly normal before they get on the train. They get on the train. Oh, there's a seat there. No, you can't sit down. Why? This is the Colt train. You've got to stand here with your arms out. But I want to sit down. No. Sorry. You've got to stand up, your arms out. Right, we wait until 8:01 and then we depart. Door is closing. It's like the dance in the YMCA, exactly. North Queensferry is next. In 1.6 miles, and we got 3 and a bit minutes to get there. Probably run it in that. Actually, you probably couldn't. I see a tunnel. Guard mode is one feature that I think a lot of people would not miss if it wasn't there anymore. Everyone knows, well, unless you're new, my opinion on the whole repairing fences, putting up posters, finding lost kittens, selling ice cream, whatever the bloody other things you're supposed to do. Get rid of all that. Get rid of guard mode. The resources and the space that's taking up, or the memory that's all taking up, give us longer routes. That's what we want. No one wants to go and repair fences. Just give us longer routes. You don't drive an ETS2 and have to go and, repair a sign on the side of the road. No. You don't have to land in MSFS and, repair a runway somewhere. No. Whose idea was it to go, I know, let's let people put signs up and repair fences and refill fire extinguishers? No. Get rid of that stuff. The only time I've ever done any of those things is accidentally. You'll never get York to London, not in one hit. If you want that, Train Sim Classic is the way. It's a very echoey tunnel. Obviously, in 4 months' time, we're going to less than 4 months' time, we're going to have Train Sim World 6, if it's going to be called Train Sim World 6. And that won't be long before that comes around. It's coming around again. again, I know some people moan about the fact that it's an update every year, or it's a way of Dovetail making money. Well, yes, it is. But every other game franchise does it. How many people have got every version of FIFA and get it every year? Problem is this, and I get it that this can be, it can cost you more money because of all the DLCs. I think someone did a thing on Steam. I don't think we've seen the calculation for a while for Train Sim Classic. If you bought every DLC, as to how much it costs. I dread to think what it would cost for this if you bought every single DLC. If you went, right, I'm going to invest in this Train Sim World 5 thing, but I'm going to buy every single DLC available. I bet it's not cheap. No, that's not right. You won't get routes that long because there's limitations in the game, which we think it's because of old consoles limiting the route length, which is why they're generally around an hour. We are getting more content now because third parties are developing other things, which is only a good thing. Right, across the 4th, 5th, 12th bridgey. To stop at Dalmini. Meanie. So we got the road bridges over there. It does. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Limiting the games for the old consoles. They've done it on a few of the routes where you will get limited features if you're running on console, or certainly the older console. And I get why they won't want to not do it, because that is still core business. But at some point you've got to go, what's going to benefit us the most going forward? And Cardiff is amazing. Unfortunately, with a lot of routes, you've still got the what if, or I wish it. There are limits to Cardiff, I get that. I think they did miss a trick by not having it go to Barry Island, because it's one of those destinations. Anyone that's got a slight interest in trains and a slight interest in Gavin and Stacey would have then got the route just so they could drive a train to Barry Island. It would have been one of those things. And I would have rather had the Barry Island than Corriton, personally. Well, as for consoles, it's only going to be another few years before we'll have replacements. There'll be the new Xbox, and how long before we get the PS6? It's almost at a point though with consoles, and there's still a market. I've got the PS5, I've got the Xbox, I've had every version of Xbox and PlayStation. I don't game on them anymore because PC gaming is where it's at for me now. I certainly get the convenience. That is the one thing that consoles have got, is the convenience of being able to fire it up, click on a game, done. If someone brought out, I don't know if it is out there, a PC that was running a decent graphics card to match those consoles with just a Steam interface on it, and so that you could just fire up the console into Steam, pick your game, and it loads, and then you play it on keyboard, mouse, or you can plug a wheel in, or you can play it on controller. Done. The advantages you get with the consoles is, for the money, you're still getting quite a good graphical experience. So, 4K, etc. And it's easy. Everyone likes to, and I've got the setup where, you can pick up your controller, sit there on your sofa and game. No wires, nothing. But you could do that with a PC. Expected 8:10. That's me. We are running a minute late because I was going slowly over the bridge. Because bridge. I probably won't get new consoles. This PC, it was the highest spec I could build when I bought it. I built it rather. I reckon it's probably good for another 18 months or so before it starts feeling its age. Problem is, would I then spend another $2,500, which is what this cost me, on another PC? Right, Edinburgh Gateway is next. So we're now south of the river, making our way round to Edinburgh Waverley. Train Sim World 5, all DLCs, £1,289. Blimey McCharlie. Thing is though, and I'm not saying this as saying about everyone that's into simulation gaming, okay? If you're spending 40 quid a month, say, on average, on a DLC, how much time are you spending on that? Quite a bit. You're putting quite a few hours of your time as your hobby, which is what it is to people that do this, into that 40 quid DLC once you bought the game. If you were someone that went to I don't know, although there are people that do both, but say you weren't into it and you used that same 40 quid to go out somewhere, you probably couldn't go to a football match for that, which is a couple of hours. If you went out for a meal, it's going to cost you that. You go out and buy clothes, you're going to spend more than that. So the amount of value you get from that 40 quid DLC is a lot higher than you'd get from going out for a few drinks, going out for a meal, doing something that you don't have something to keep afterwards. Unless Steam goes out of business or something, which I can't see happening. Oh, I don't know why I was going so slow. Oh yeah, and before I started I used to be into PC gaming, went away from it, got back into console gaming, and yeah, used to spend my Friday night, Saturday night sat on the console, playing Call of Duty, playing Minecraft. I started getting into farming, headset on, social. And for a lot of people, it's their first social interaction, anyone that's into gaming, because you're going to be sat with your mates on your console playing FIFA, Call of Duty, whatever, Minecraft, bloody Fortnite, whatever you're playing. I'm really glad that games like this are on console, because it's getting more people into simulation gaming, which is great. A lot of people will then realise at a certain point that you can get more out of that on a PC than you can on a console. The downside is that then becomes a very slippery slope very quickly, and a very expensive slippery slope very quickly. Once you start going, oh, I could get a PC. Because before you know it, you've got your PC, and then you've upgraded the graphics card, you've upgraded the hard drive, you've upgraded the memory, you bought yourself a gaming keyboard and a gaming mouse, you bought yourself a headset, you've gone and got a steering wheel, you've got a button box, you've realised that one screen isn't enough, so you need a couple of screens. 2 screens isn't doing for it anymore, so like me with 5 around me, you go, oh, that's good. Then you go, oh, I want track IR so I can look around. That's good. Before you know it, that shift from console to PCs become very expensive. And then you realise that all the games that you owned on console, you've probably got to buy again now on PC. Yeah, you do have to get a PC for a large chunk of simulations. Right, are we actually going to stop here this time? At Edinburgh Gateway. That's not a supermarket. Braking. Braking is happening. Braking. More braking. It's only a very quiet line. We've seen, what, 1 train in the last 53 minutes. Yes, trams. Which are that side. That side? Yeah. Trams go down there, which are over there in the distance, but you don't really see them. Hi, White Fang. Oh, there's so many titles out there now with the word simulation or simulator. Thinking they're just going to get the simulation market. It's like, really? There are some good ones. There are some really bad ones. Right, South Gyle is next. Well, we are a little bit late. Right. Well, I've called the stream Exploring Scotland. So, as there's not a lot of stuff on this line, I think maybe we do one of the other ones. So how about we go and see Miss Cathcart? We'll go and do a bit of Cathcart Circle after this. Again, isn't a circle. Please stay away from Miss Cathcart. What was that in? That Heidi High was Miss Cathcart. Or was that like upstairs, downstairs? Sounds very similar to a 166 on Tickover. I don't know if it uses the same engines as a 166. But having spent a bit of time sat on a 166 when it's just idling, it sounds very similar. Because that lot in Heidi High then went on to... They were in Urang Malord, was it? Pretty much the same cast, but in a different show. I wonder how many of them are still alive. Probably not many. Right, Haymarket. Where you go to buy your hay. Oh yeah, oh, Dr. Beeching. Blimey. Yeah, I forgot about old Dr. Beeching. I'm 26, but you know, UK TV Gold is a thing. Or You and Yesterday, where it's now flipping called. White Fang, thank you very, very much indeed. 64 months. That's over 5 years. Thank you, White Fang. Right, a 90 limit. Well, that's going to be pushing it in this thing. You remember watching On the Buses? Blimey. I don't think you could watch that sort of show now. I don't know. I just don't think the comedy would work. There's certain shows you could go back and watch, and I think the comedy carries forward. Things like Open All Hours, 40 Towers. I think it's my sense of humour, and again, a lot of people had it at the time because it was new. Not that I was around when it was on the TV in the first place, but Monty Python. That's my humour, just really out there and warped. I see a train. Right, break. Oh God, another football stadium. Who's playing here now? Sheffield Wednesday? Or is this an odd-shaped balls stadium? Oh God, he's fallen in the water. That's my text tone. Is Ned going, he's fallen in the water. I need to put those in the... When I've caught up with my podcast, because I'm catching up with a weekly podcast I listen to, I think I'm going to have to put the Goons in the car and Round the Horn. With Julian and Sandy. Anyway, this is it. That's odd, White Fang. I've just finished reading the first book. I need to read the second one actually, which I've read. I read them all, but Adolf Hitler, My Part in His Downfall. I've started to get back into reading books again at lunchtime at work. I wonder if you can get them all as a set. I quite like to have the physical books. I might have a look. He was a tortured soul. I've actually got his the file box 40, whatever it is basically just his ramblings and musings that were found after he died. My dad was out in India at the same time as he was out there, because he was stationed in India. My dad was stationed just outside Doolally, which was the mental asylum, which was where the phrase comes from about going Doolally, because if you went a bit crazy, you were sent to Doolally, which is where the mental hospital was. Locked doors. Right, Edinburgh Wave It All About is next. See, I can talk absolute crap about most subjects. I really should do that entertainment stream. Is Doolally where Ethan is today? Siberia, I think, where we need to send Ethan. Right, so we've done wherever we started on the Fife Circle, come across the bridge down into Edinburgh. Now we'll shift and go to Cathcart. It goes from Glasgow, doesn't it? I wonder if we can actually link the two together. I wonder if we did Edinburgh to Glasgow and then did a bit of Cathcart. So we almost then make our way from... Although we probably wouldn't have time for that though. We'll just jump to Cathcart. It's fine. I will do my entertainment stream, by the way. I will bore about 3 of you probably for about an hour one Sunday evening. I will get round to finishing it. Well, starting it. I still haven't come out with the format that I like, or what I think is going to work. Right, we're making our way. So I'm supposed to be on it's supposed to be a full timetable mod that I've put in, and yet we've passed 2 trains. Yeah, I know that sometimes is the disappointment in some of these routes where they haven't got the licensing for the other trains that would run in and out. You see very empty routes. I think the worst one for that is Paddington. It's just empty. Oh, actually, and New Street in Birmingham Cross City, because you see nothing. And it's a shame. I'd almost prefer it, right? And I don't know how other people would feel about this. Is if they almost had a made up looking train with a made up name on it and just put that in replace to actual services. So you've got the right amount of trains, but it will be, you know, Brummie Railways or something, and it was just a generic looking train, so that at least you had the right amount of trains going in and out, but they didn't have to worry about licensing. I think I prefer that to having nothing. Well, we didn't last time we did it, like 2 weeks ago. This has had it since. Right, we've arrived at the Edinburghs. We'll now shift to Cathcart. You know what that means? We've got to do next week. Last time we did England, Scotland. It's got to be Wales, isn't it? We haven't got an Ireland route yet. That'd be quite good. So I think next Tuesday will have to be Wales. Same to you as well, Ethan. Right. So let's go back to the menu. Yeah, next week we're doing the bus again. I think we're going to stick with the Berlin map until we've done all the routes. I'm really enjoying it. I think we'll try and get a couple more people that are in the regulars that have got the game. We'll try and see if we can up the numbers a little bit and see how stable it stays. Right, so let's do Cathcart Circle. 2024. We will go... Or can we stay with the 170 again? No. Okay, we won't do that then. 158? No, we won't do that then. Let's go 314 then. There we go. Right, so we'll go Glasgow to Neilston then in the 314. Hi, Connor. How's Scotland? Full of men wearing skirts. Hello, Scottish people. I need to go back to Scotland. Loved Edinburgh. Really liked Perth. One of my things, I need to just get up my fat ass and go and do these things I keep talking about doing. Right. Master key on. Reverse it into forward. Doors opening. Lights are somewhere. Headlights and marker lights. There we go. Yep, stop camera colliding. Thank you. See, that's busy already. We've got 4 trains in. Right. Put a bit of volume up as we're electrocuted. Alright, rating to 826. So we're going from here to places. That one. Pollock, Shields. Queen's Park, Cross Hill, Mount Florida. Nice guy. Cathcart, Muir End. Oh, they got a football team, haven't they? Williams Wood, White Craigs. Nope. Patterton, Neilston, and the Neilston Head Shunt. You get to see a live haggis. It's not season yet. September. 2 weeks in September is haggis season. And don't forget, if you scare them, the legs fall off. So when you're buying your haggis in the shops, make sure you ask your butcher for one with the legs still on. Because if you see them without the legs on, they've been scared, and as soon as you scare a haggis, the legs fall off. And that you don't want a a haggis that's been scared to death. You want one that's died naturally. So, buy them with the legs still on.
Oh, yeah.
That was a time to follow. Sphinx music. Sphinx was fictional and is a big shaped thing. How did it play music? Right, Pollock. Oh God, we've got 2 handles, didn't we? Hang on, I've got to do the brakes one. Right, brakes on. That was a noise. You had haggis for Christmas dinner. I really want to go away for Christmas this year. See? Look, a busy station. With a red. Oh, the red's moved. Okay. So these things aren't still running up here, are they? You're not getting 314 still running around? Sure, they've all been replaced by now.
Oh, yeah.
An I can't even say that. An archaeological... Wow. An archaeologist, that's the one, plays what? Flute? Trombone. Card tricks. The piano. Spoons. Tambourine. But thanks for the follow. Mandolin. See, it would have been a while before I'd have guessed mandolin. Isn't that thing you use to slice vegetables and things really thinly and then slice your finger? Mandarin. That's the language, isn't it? That's the most spoken language in the world. Is it a fruit? That's a tangerine. That's the little baby oranges. Again, that's cruel, right? You're killing an orange in its prime. You're killing it when it's growing up and not giving it chance to develop. So don't buy mandolins. It's cruel. Let it live its full life and become an orange. I'm stopping at the red because I've got to. Like the annoying orange. Exactly. We'll wait here then. How do I turn it? There it is. There you go. I'm guessing we're waiting for something, probably, and I'm going to go out there on a limb and say a train. Let's have a look on the map. We are there. We are going here. I can't see anything. What's going to stop me? We got the run around to there. That's green. There's nothing around at Cross Hill. There's nothing else on the line. Why is it holding me here? There's nothing there. Unless there's something that's going to cross onto this other line. There wouldn't be anything behind me, would there? No, because that's red. Ah, no, there we go. I reckon it's this. I don't know why. Because that's not affecting me. Okay, it wasn't that. I know I'm late. There's a train in my platform. Oh yeah, there is. Glasgow Central to Glasgow Central, clockwise. Current status, stop off path. So is that waiting to come? Ah, hang on. That might be... No, because it can't... Ah, unless that's waiting for that 158 to get out the way. And then it's going to come over here? No. If it had been coming down here and coming across in front of me, I would have understood it. But that can't come... Delete it. Oh, God. Now my route's disappeared. Yeah, I was a bit of a broken AI then.
If you see anything suspicious,
You gonna stop,
please
train?
tell a member of staff or the police.
There we go. Sorry about that, people. There was a train here that just vanished. Don't know what happened. It wasn't anything to do with me. Honestly. We're late now. Right, Queen's Park. Which isn't very far away, it's just around here. Yeah, they're not very far apart, these stations. Did you hear about a train that couldn't perform? It was a huge case of stage freight. That didn't work, Tom, on so many levels. As a sentence, as a joke, it didn't work. I know comedy's all about the timing and the delivery, but, you know, no one could have made that work. Right, Cross Hill. I once had asked a conductor how many times a train he was on had gotten derailed. He told me it's hard to keep track. And you're never going to stop that, Michael. because every time cybersecurity gets improved, they find ways. People are just all out to hack into big companies to cause mayhem.
Any part of this station or on trains. This includes e-cigarettes.
Yet you still see multiple people stood on platforms vaping. Of course he pasted it from the internet. Mount Florida, nice guy. Odd name. Again, it's one of those not bad little commuter routes. Again, can see why they've done it and why they put it in. The frustration for me with it is it's just little short half an hour runs, which again is realistic. Which is why I like West Coast Mainline South and London Commuter, because at least you're going to get in a good hour. Oh god, really, Tom? Really? No, I don't do steam trains. And oh, they can just about get off there. It's fine. Yeah, perfect. We're only running 3 minutes late as well. That's pretty good going. He was on West Somerset Railway on a steam train last week. We actually looked at going down there at Easter. It was on the list of places to go. But, well, didn't. Obviously. Right, Miss Cathcart is next. And to the right. What I might do actually is see if we can get a short, even a bit of Edinburgh to Glasgow in. So we'll do Fife, Cathcart and Edinburgh to Glasgow. So we'll do a bit of each of the 3 Scotland routes in Train Sim World. You want to go to London? That's full of people from London. Oh, stop, you bugger. Thank you. I had someone at work today telling me I need to go to Berlin. and how nice it was, and how good the transport network is around Berlin, and apparently how cheap it is to get there as well. Right, Muir End. Are they just trying to get rid of you? Well, yeah. Well, 2 people said I look tired. So I need a holiday. He said, you just had a long weekend. I said, it wasn't really a holiday. So I need a holiday where I can just go somewhere and just... Not that I'm a sit by the pool person. But a holiday where you can just get out. I think get out in the fresh air. Yeah, Tom's probably tight though and does it the cheapest way he can. Right, Muir End. Bristol to Leeds. Well, I'll take a little bit of time. Yeah, I need. Well, I'm back there this Saturday. It's Dad's birthday, Friday. His ashes are down there, and on the 16th it'll be 5 years since I lost him. So I will be going for a wander on Saturday. See the horses and the fluffy donkeys. Yeah. Break. It's totally weird. Commuter lines like this, and I think some of the London Overground's a bit like this, where the stations are really that close together. It almost, I hate to use the word tram, it almost warrants it being like a tram route rather than a train route, because they almost feel as though they're too close together. Maybe not this one at 1.3 miles. Yeah, I've never done that line. I think I have been to Minehead, but by car years ago. Yeah, I can get there from here in about an hour and 20 minutes going motorway, A34, M27. No, I'm going cross country. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Because I do like an A road. And yeah, come off at Fording Bridge and then cut down and then go down through Lyndhurst. Go past Sandy Balls, where I've stayed a few times until they then got bought out by Ho Seasons, I think it was, and became ridiculously expensive. I used to be able to go for a week at Sandy Balls for my birthday, and it was like £100 because it was out of season. And I've even been away in like one of their wooden lodges for that, because there was no one staying there. And then they became part of the Ho Seasons group, and it was ridiculously expensive. Which is then where I started to go and stay at St Leonard's, and I've been back there for a little while actually. That was my go-to place on my own. Nice Chinese in Fordingbridge. If you come over the bridge, turn right at the roundabout, just up on the right. Like really nice Chinese takeaway. So if you're coming from Sandy Balls. It is a nice pub on the river. I made a mistake once of walking down into Fordingbridge, having a few beers, and then realising that it was quite a long and steep walk back, especially when you've had a few beers and it was dark. It was an interesting walk. No, that's you, Michael. Because, you know, when you're drinking, any walking route is about 3 times longer than it would be if you were sober. Right, White Craigs is next. So, yeah, we've done Fife Circle. We came down into Edinburgh. We're doing this on Cathcart. And then we'll do a bit of, I don't think we get a chance to do all of, Edinburgh to Glasgow. So a bit of commutery stuff. And then we'll finish on a bit of intercity stuff. Tomorrow night, more trains in Roblox, doing some British Railways. One of those that we do in Roblox where you can join us. If you've got Roblox and you've got a little bit of experience in British Railways, you can join us tomorrow night. We will post a link to the server when we're streaming. Good to get a few people on and see a few people going up and down and round and round. Thursday night here, back with some farming and the farming stimulations thing. Friday night we're doing some quizzing. Not here Saturday. Well, I'm saying I'm not here Saturday. I don't know what completely my plans are and how early I'm going to be back here. So you may see me Saturday. If not, then you'll definitely see me Sunday. Doing more farming, and then back next week with more of this, where we'll be in Wales next Tuesday. And next Wednesday is the bus in multiplayer. Next Thursday, something. I haven't thought that far ahead, really. Whale simulator. Imagine that. It'd just be like Michael on a beach. Doors are locking. Patterton. Well, Saturday. I don't know, Trent. I don't know what my plans are. I'm definitely going to New Forest. But I don't know whether to go to Portsmouth, which is what my current thought is. Because that's a place I used to take the folks once a month and give them a day out. Or go somewhere else. No, 8's fine. If it drops, so 7 contestants and 1 quizmaster's fine. Problem is with a quiz, it's better with more people. I will plan on putting bingo back in again. I think that's a good midweek one. So maybe something like, I don't know, next Thursday. I'm just thinking off the cuff here. So we'll do a bingo evening, because that's a good bit of fun for a midweek evening. We need to do some more of that restaurant thing in Roblox. We want to do some more Railroads Online. We've still got the zombie one to do to finish off. So I should really sort of start almost getting some sort of proper schedule back. You know, trains is every Tuesday. That doesn't go anywhere. Farming's pretty much a Sunday lunchtime. That doesn't go anywhere. Although I'm really enjoying farming. Oh, that is half the problem, Michael. You know, I like doing a variety of stuff rather than just do the same, you know, boring stuff. I am getting fed up with trucking at the moment, so I could quite easily drop that. But I do find some of the other things quite, you know, enjoyable. you know, with the bus last night was good. I'm enjoying the bus. It's just a shame that you don't see each other more. Same with British Railways. You know, we can go a long time without seeing anybody. Things like that are in multiplayer, you want to be seeing other people all the time. So it's things like that where you want more people, which is why I think bingo is more interesting with more people. Because the more people, I think the quicker the lines and the full houses will be drawn. You'll get more games in. Right, Neilston is next. And then the head shunt. What we'll do is we'll actually... no, we'll stop and do the head shunt thing, and then we'll jump over to Edinburgh to Glasgow. And I do want to look at other... the reason I wasn't... Roblox was never something that I wanted to do, because I never understood it. I thought it was a bit like Fortnite. And it was aimed at kids. Having done a few games within Roblox, I can now see the benefit to it. Certainly for doing something where I want to get more of you involved. You know, it doesn't cost you anything to get. You know, it's free. Games like that, like the bingo thing, you can get involved. You haven't got a speaking voice. So it's trying to get a bit of involvement from your guys' point of view as well. And it's trying new stuff. So I do want to I need to spend a bit of time going through some of the Roblox games, or even, you know, getting recommendations in the Discord server for games that you think that would be good from a mass multiplayer point of view. You know, I'd love to find something like Fall Guys, something like that, where you're doing like an obstacle course type thing. So you're racing against each other. I think something like that would be quite amusing. You know, is there some sort of quiz type thing that's on a bigger scale? Obviously, the bingo's easy. That works quite well with lots of people. That seems great. We've done the theme park thing. You know, the restaurant thing's good. But are there different versions of that? The supermarket thing's good. You know, are there different versions of that? Or where you can be customers in the supermarket. So a few of us do the supermarket, people can come in and be customers in the supermarket. So it's finding new things, and not just within Roblox, it's within other stuff as well. You know, Railroads Online, I would have loved it if we're going to get a few more people to join in with that. Farming. It's always been hit and miss, because it's tough to get new people to join. I'd like to do Wreckfest again. But I'm gutted that Forza didn't work, because that, with a lot of people, was fantastic. So, if I do the games and put them on YouTube, people that are interested in them, find them, could generally, you know, the hope is they'd find the Discord server and go, oh, I play that. Problem is, I don't do them. YouTube doesn't like them, so no one knows that we can do them. You know, Nico's been getting back into Flight. I really like Flight, and one of my highest watched videos on YouTube is one of the group flights we did in jets. And I think Flight's one of those, certainly for me, because I can talk crap for hours, as some of you may know, that you take off, you put the autopilot on, and then I just sit and talk crap. From a relaxation point of view, brilliant. So, is that something I need to start doing again? So I don't know. Obviously, I'd love to do, you know, the meetups thing. We had a brilliant day last summer, and a few of us went to London for like a day and a day and a bit, and did all the forms of travel around London, which was great. Really enjoyed it. Knackering, but really enjoyed it. We've done Manchester the last 2 Christmases. Hi, William. Which has been good. The problem is with those sorts of things, you almost need a thing. You need a reason to do something. Years ago, I did Insomnia Gaming Festival, and did a few meetups there, which was good because you've got a reason to go somewhere. So you meet at a thing, you wander around as a group. You know, if someone wants to wander off and do their own thing, you can go, look, wander off. If, you know, we'll be here for a coffee at this time. Come back and meet us then. People want to go home, they can go home. You're not under that obligation to spend time together. You know, I'm going to the Greatest Gathering in Derby in August, I think that is. You know, that's something I'd like to do as a possibility of going. If anyone's going and they want to come and say hello, then I'll be there. And I do want to go back to... I want to go to Locomotion and to York at the Railway 200. I've got to look out for tickets for that, actually, because they'll be selling out quite quickly. And yeah, Trent, the reason I got into this, which those of you who've been around a while will know, the only reason I started doing all this is because I joined an online group that did weekly races in Assetto Corsa. I joined a group on Google Plus, and the idea was that each week they would tell you a track and a car. You had a week to put your best time in, and in order to prove your best time, what you had to do was record it, upload it to YouTube, keep it private, but send them a link so that they can then look at your time, verify it, that you didn't cheat, and then there would be a leaderboard. And I started chatting to those guys and became friends with all of them pretty much, and they then encouraged me to do OMSI, and then here we are. So I've always had a soft spot for racing. I've got every Forza game, I've got Gran Turismo. I've always liked the older Gran Turismos, but the problem is when we've tried doing Forza in the past, it's having enough people to make it interesting in multiplayer, and because we haven't got the those amount of people, it's tough to do it. We don't want to do that one, do we? I'm in the wrong time. Edinburgh, Glasgow. There we go. Polmont to Edinburgh, Waverley. That'll do. So we'll take this from Polmont back into Edinburgh, Waverley then. We'll choose... Look at that one. Yeah, Assetto Corsa is brilliant. The problem is, it's not easy to do as far as the stream's concerned, because you've got to stop the server to change the track. We've tried looking at other ones to do something similar. Why is my thing going in forward? Hello? Have I not got... Aha, there we go. Unlock doors. There we go. Yeah, so I'd love to do something like that. We tried it a few years ago of doing the weekly Assetto Corsa thing. We had a server, each week we put a car on it and a track, and let people do a lap, and it ended up at one point just being one person was doing the lap. So we gave up. Oh, why are you not going, train? I'm in forward. Should I be on pants? I should be on pants, shouldn't I? My pantograph is up. Doors are closed. Doors are closed. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, yes, I am. There we go. Right. Off to Linlithgow. So yeah, there's lots of, you know, I love the multiplayer stuff that we do. I really do. It's good fun. As I said, the multiplayer people that we've got, I've got some real genuine friends from doing that. I've got some idiots in my life as well, but some real genuine friends. But it'd be good to get some, you know, fresh blood, which we haven't had for a little while. And I think that is my fault. How drivers coped with this train with this little tiny window. It's like, we'll give you the smallest amount of glass we can possibly give you to look out of. It's just, that's someone sat in an office and has designed that window, isn't it? Without going out to the drivers and going, you know, I get the fact that it's got to be restrictive because of the door in the middle, but they could have made it go and wrap around the corner. I don't know. I think these are quite realistic in what you can see out of them. But yeah, it's not going to be completely accurate. But yeah, if that wrapped around the corner, then I think it would have been so bad. Yeah, I think it's the 27th of September, Railway 200. It could be a train sim. You know, I could zoom in. So a driver, realistically, I think, would probably be sat, maybe not there, maybe sort of this sort of view. I'm probably sat a bit far back because I've zoomed out. So yeah, if you're looking down, you'd probably actually be, no, you'd be a bit, I don't think it'd be this far forward. Yeah, I think here. Yeah, that's probably about right. So yeah, maybe I zoom out too much. We're not stopping here, by the way. We're just carry on. We'll go to the next stop because I forgot how bad the brakes were. We'll go to Edinburgh Park instead. Yeah, so now it's reset me. I come back in, it's reset my zoom level. Oh well. That's too far. As you can change it by default. I don't know, I've only been playing this game for like 5 years. Alright, 11 miles then to Edinburgh Park. Making our way back into the Edinburgh wavy about. Maximum speed, 100 miles an hour. Okay, we can do that. It's getting a bit misty. And this is one of those routes where there's just not a lot happening. Cathcart felt alive. Fife Circle, not a lot going on. This, not a lot going on. I think a lot of that is down to licensing. And it's a shame because you look at some of the more modern routes we've got, like West Coast Mainline South, that feels so alive, that's so busy, and London Commuter, that's so busy, and yet some of them just feel really empty. I do wonder what we'll get in Train Sim World 6, if it's going to be Train Sim World 6. What will be the big line? All the servers on this route are represented. Okay, so it is this quiet. It just feels quiet. There's 7 miles to go. There aren't many people in Scotland. Well, you're linking Edinburgh and Glasgow. So it's every 30 minutes. Blimey. Oh, if there's nothing else you'll see, then I suppose it's right. It just feels as though that sort of main line between two major cities would be busier. Tourists at the weekends, people travelling between Edinburgh and Glasgow. It's getting a bit misty outside. So yeah, so we did Fife Circle, we did a little bit of Cathcart, ended up doing a bit of Edinburgh to Glasgow. So next Tuesday we'll do some Wales. Get a bit of 153 action. I wonder if anyone's done any mods for that yet. The whale here is beached. You are a bit... That just feels too zoomed in. It's like, no, that's too close. I don't like it. That feels fine. I feel fine. Alright, 100 limit. Go. Or not. Are you going to speed up? You are going to speed up. Okay. There's a train! They do exist. You're so 12, aren't you, Michael? Right, turn a bit mild. Oh god, we got a yellow appearing on the rooty thing. 12 stone, you wish. One 1.8 miles. We're not due for another 4 minutes. That's going to make me sit there and bloody wait, isn't it? I suppose I missed that stop as well. That didn't help. I was surprised you'd probably got an ice cream maker. One of those hot dog machines that keeps your hot dogs warm and warms your buns. Oh blimey, quiet night then. You got a donut Of course you got a donut maker. I don't know why I said it like that. There you go, we arrived 2 minutes early. No Mr. Whippy Maker, that's in the bedroom. Apparently there's liquor store simulator. Just checking my emails. I think that's the one I saw the email about, where... Or was it the car one? It was one I got an email about where people watching could be customers. Yeah, supercar collector sim. I know. It's got Twitch integration. Your chat viewers will now become customers in your store rather. Their names will appear above the characters, and special bit badges will show next to their names based on the amount of bits they send. When viewers send bits, a special supercar box will drop in your store. God. Supercar collector sim. Really? What is the world coming to? At least we got no people stood with their arms out now. Look. Baldy! Hello, Baldy. Oh, and one over there as well. We got a pair. Snap. Oh, wrong way. Hang on. I've got confused by a door. Bear with me. There we go. Oh, I've never been one for that. I get frustrated when people donate. There was a couple of years ago, one of my birthdays, where I had quite a lot of donations, and I felt I came off the stream feeling really bad because, and I still don't get it at times why you lot are here. I don't, even the meetups we've done, I've always said when we've planned meetups, I don't want anyone going to any of the meetups to meet me, because I couldn't handle that, because I'm just me. To meet a group of us, yes, but I don't like it that it's just me. So yeah, it's just weird. Anyway, Haymarket is next. It sounds a bit like the IET. Anyway, so Haymarket, and then into Edinburgh, and then we will end. So yeah, I will be at the Greatest Gathering in Derby. I'll put something in the Discord for anyone going to that. I'm not going to make it a meetup because there's going to be lots of things to see on the day. But I will say, look, keep your eye on the Discord. If anyone's there on that day and they want to come and say hello, I'll then just say, look, I'm going to be here by this engine at this time or whatever. If anyone wants to come and say hello, done. I do want to go to Railway 200 because I want to go to Locomotion anyway because they've got the prototype Pacer there, and I've still not seen a Pacer in real life. So we'll be doing that. And I would like to do something potentially at some other point during the year, but I don't know when. Railway 200 September, Greatest Gatherings August. Well, we're in May now. It only leaves June and July, and that's a bit sort of short notice to try and do something. I've said I'm not doing anything Christmas again because there's not really a lot going on. As much as I enjoyed going to Manchester, we just milled about Manchester for something to do. There wasn't really a purpose to it. So unless there was something on that was worthwhile going to in like November, then the Greatest Gathering sold out. Yeah, I've already got my ticket. So I'm saying if there's anyone in the community that's going, then yeah, I'd arrange to meet people. I'd love to do something, and we have been discussing it, and get a few of us abroad. Brussels for me, a brilliant city to trek about. Certainly people that have got a travel interest. Why are you putting your brakes on? And who knows? And next year, I've got no idea. Yeah, and, well, that's the thing. That's why I said the greatest gathering's different because it's a thing. You're going to a place and to meet someone's part of the day. So you can go and say hello, wander off, do your own thing. You know that I'm going to drive up and drive back on the day. It's not like you do an evening, like a meal or something. When I go to Railway 200, I would probably do that as a weekend thing. So that you could probably say, okay, I'm going to go and do locomotion and stuff on the Saturday, stay overnight. So if anyone wants to go for a few drinks or a meal on the Saturday night, we'll do that and then travel home on the Sunday. That's different. Bordeaux, that's where the French people are. I went there earlier in the year. It's full of French people. Where do we go? Cherbourg. Have I done Bordeaux? No. I've done Roscoff. Not really gone into France, apart from Paris. Not really gone into France. My brother lives in France. That's a reason not to go. Down south somewhere. Or south. On the Spain side. Locked doors. Right, Edinburgh, wave it all about. 1.2 miles. I wonder if there's any other trains in some of the other platforms this time. We went looking for one last time and there wasn't. If you want to wave it all about. Why not? It was the Azuma. It was a zoom. I like Edinburgh. So when I went, it was the festival week. It was just rammed. I would like to go back. I'd say Perth was nice. Went to Arbroath. Went to Dundee. Oh, that's speeding. Right, in we come in the Edinburgh Waverley. Apart from the view that you get out of this thing, or lack of a view, as trains go, it's not that bad. Oh yeah, there's a steam sale. Shockingly, Dovetail have got some discounts. May Madness. So if anybody hasn't picked up any routes, you're missing any, there is an sale on Steam. Any British ones? I want to say I think so. I can't get out. It won't let me out. I can't get the door. Won't. Okay. Fine. Excuse me. There we go. Right. Let's go and see what we can find. Out the way, people. I shall... There we go. Ow. Well, there's nothing in here. Excuse me. Yeah, nothing. Nothing due. So I think this is where the London drains come in. I think it's been busier. If I'd have stayed on Fife, there'd have probably been more going on. Yeah, 9:33 to Glasgow, Queen Street. 9 o'clock to Glasgow, Queen Street. So that's waiting to depart. And we go over the other side. And nothing. Go up here? Oh, I can. Damn it. What if my legs fall off? How am I supposed to get down the stairs? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Hello. Look at the departure board. What we got up here? So yeah, Edinburgh, Waverley, Glasgow, Queen Street, Dunblane. Yeah, there's nothing. London doesn't exist from Edinburgh. You can't get there. And a micro cow found on Scottish Farm, apparently. Anyway, there we go. Done. So we did a bit of Fife Circle, we did a bit of Cathcart, and then did a bit of Edinburgh to Glasgow. Hopefully at some point in the next few weeks we'll get the S-Bahn. I think that's going to be quite good. Next week though we will do Cardiff City. We'll have a bit of a trek around there. Then we'll probably have the S-Bahn out, so we'll have a look at that, and then maybe have another look at some of the German routes, so a bit of Frankfurt, Fulda, or a bit of Rhine-Ruhr, and then who knows, hopefully we'll get the Manchester Airport one, and at some point we'll get the Tadami line. That'd be quite good as well. And who knows what we're going to get the rest of this year and what happens with Train Sim World 6. We will find out probably in about 4 months' time, I should imagine. It'll be out in about 4 months' time. Blimey, that's scary. Anyway, there we go. Tomorrow night, back with more trains, doing some Roblox in British Railways, where you can join us if you want to. Thursday night, I keep forgetting what day of the week it is. Thursday night, we're back on the farm doing some farming. Friday night, we got some quizzing. Sunday, I'll definitely be here with some more farming. Next Tuesday, then, we'll do Cardiff. Next Wednesday is more bus in multiplayer. Next Thursday, what else are I going to do next Thursday? Oh, maybe some bingo. And next Friday, may or may not be trucking. We will see. There we go. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2 and a bit hours. Appreciated as always. And to these people as well. So thanks to an archaeologist plays and Jin for following, White Fang for resubscribing, and the moderation team. I'm not thanking them because they're all useless. There we go. I'll be back tomorrow night, unfortunately, with some idiots to do some trains. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.